G'day, I'm Peter, and this is a Sega Game Gear, a portable handheld 8-bit gaming console from 1990. A competitor to the Nintendo Game Boy at the time. It features full color graphics and stereo sound. And on top, it's got this gear-to-gear link port that's used for multiplayer gaming. Now the only catch is you've got to be lucky enough to know someone else with a Game Gear, and you had to be lucky enough that they had a game. So I feel it was a really underutilized port. Unlike the Nintendo Game Boy, which saw a range of accessories such as the Game Boy printer and even a sewing machine, so I wanted to take advantage of that and see what I could do with this port and see if I could do something more interesting. It features 7 digital inputs and outputs, 2 of which can be used for serial communication. And 'tis the season to be jolly, so I thought, what could I do? Maybe, possibly, could I use it to control some Christmas lights? Now the Game Gear notoriously had a poor screen and bad battery life, so I'm using this modded console with a shell and new display and rechargeable batteries from Retro 6. They're great quality. This is supposed to be a nice animated Yule log fire. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to actually do the animation. I was going to do one of those classic retro, DOS demo scene fire effects going in the background. And what we have here is you have a link cable running out the back all the way into, you'll see a DB9 adapter. Now I did have this originally going directly into one of these 8-channel relay boards. The only downside is, as I said, you've only got 7 outputs from the Game Gear, which kind of limits what you can do with displays. You can't really animate very much with only 7 lights. So what I've done is I've gotten around that by putting in some shift registers. They will allow me basically to take 1 input from the Game Gear and expand it out to 8 outputs, which means that potentially I could have, say, up to 40, possibly more outputs from the Game Gear. The only problem is, as you can already see, that would be a wiring nightmare. I've already got 16 channels there, and believe me, this took a long time to do. That then all runs around the back and into various lights. I've got Sonic. I originally wanted to make a nice animated Sonic sign, but again, didn't really have time for that, so I've settled for this little guy here. Then you have, of course, Christmas tree, and one of the totem figures from the Genesis version of Sonic. I decided to make this Sonic themed, to tie in with the whole Sega Christmas thing going on. Then you've got rings, each of the rings from the Sonic games as well around the tree, and another totem figure. I wanted to take it up just a notch and thought, hey, why not? Let's add fire to the display, because why not? And basically you've got the port at the top there. That all runs down the back, down this little tube, and to this little butane canister here. Now unfortunately the Z80 CPU on the Game Gear is not powerful enough to drive a servo, so I've had to enlist support from this little ESP32 here. Its only job basically is to take a trigger from the Game Gear output and release the gas and to ignite the flame. Because why not? It's Christmas after all. To sequence the lights, I use free software called Vixen Lights. It allows me to place events on the timeline here in time for the music. Then I can export that data and re-import it into my code here, which runs on the Game Gear, and then use that to sequence all the lights from the Game Gear. Easy. Now that's all out of the way, let's get on with the show.